Okay, guys, welcome to Fight Flick's first UFC prediction video. We're doing UFC 310. Alex Patonja versus Kyle Kai. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pronounce this, but Kai Askakakuya. I do have a hard time pronouncing things, guys, so bear with me. But first fight, we'll start with the early prelims. I got Kennedy winning. I look at the odds. The Vegas usually isn't wrong. You know, I mean, I really haven't watched any of their fights though, but I don't know. It just Kennedy has the longer reach, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with Kennedy. It's a 50-50. I really, I haven't really watched them. I probably should have done a little bit of research on them, but here's one where I do watch. I got Chase Hooper beating Clay Gadia. I mean, dude, if you hang on the Chase Hooper hype train, then what are you doing? I mean, Clay is a tough guy in all fairness. So I don't know. Either I think Chase wins by submission here, or we could see like a ground and pound finish maybe. But I don't think it's gonna be like a knockout. But it's either I think it's gonna be submission or it's gonna be ground and pound finish. I think that's what we're dealing with. Next we got Michael Chelsea versus Max Griffin. Um I'm pretty sure Michael's last fight was against Tony. So yeah, it was against Tony. I was right. I think Chelsea wins this fight. I think he's younger. You know, his last fights were tough. I mean, Tony, Kevin Holland, Vince Luque, throwing Neil Magny in there, like some tough fights. So I think I'm gonna go with Michael here, but like it could go either way. It really could, but. Next fight we got is Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. I'm gonna go with Van here. I think Van's gonna win it. I think I think Van's a better fighter. Somebody I have watched, younger, hungry. I think he's gonna win. It's I don't know how to explain it, but I just got a feeling that Joshua Van's gonna win this. 23. Cody Durden is 33. You would say he does have the experience, but let's go to the next fight. We have Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. This is a toss-up. It could go either way. Both old, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna have to go with Chris Weidman. I think the fact that he didn't get starched against Bruno Silva is just it is just something to point out. I mean, like, yes, he won by eye poke, but he didn't look bad in the fight. Like, he looked pretty decent in the fight. So let's go. I'm gonna go Chris Weidman here for the win. Now we're going to the regular prelims. We got Brian Battle and Randy Brown. I mean, I feel like this game is it's pretty simple. I think Brian Battle will still win. I, Battle's hot. You can't argue. He I, he has so much hype for him right now. It would be hard for me to see him lose. Next we got Moval Eva. I hate these Russian names, dude. They're the death of me. And then we got Sterling, Aljo Sterling. I mean, debatably Sterling is one of the best bantamweights of all time if you want to go stat for stat. But I think Movzar's just gonna have his number, you know. It just kind of comes down to Aljo's complaining about being on the prelims. Movskar's just happy to fight. I'm just I'm looking at that mentality, but I wouldn't be surprised if Aljo does catch a win. But I think, and I wouldn't be surprised if Aljo kind of bangs him up also on just with some elbows, some kicks. But I think Mobstar's gonna have the better wrestling here. Yeah, I think he's gonna win. And so let's go to our next fight. We got Vince Luque versus Thimba Gagumpo. At first I picked like when I was coming up with my script for this video, I thought, I think Vince's gonna win this. He's been training for a bit. He thought he was gonna fight Nick Diaz, fighting Nick Diaz, which, if you're in the MMA community, you kind of know what's going on with Nick Diaz. I'm not gonna go into it. I don't want to go into it. It's sad, but just look it up if you want to know, but I hope he can get some help. That's all I can say. Show some grace. But other than that, I think I kind of changed my mind. I think Thembra Gangrupro's gonna win. I think I thought I picked Vince to win first when I was filming the script, but I think Gangrupro's just hungrier. I think he he needs to win, and I think Vince just got too much CTE built up. In all honestly. And then last fight of the prelims, Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. I think Reyes wins. Unless, Smith could always chin him, I guess, which would be kind of sad. And he does have the fight experience over Reyes if you want to go there, but I don't know, dude. I think Reyes beats Anthony Smith, but let's go to our next let's go to the main card. First we got Nate Landwehr versus Duchu Choi. I think Dudu Choi's gonna win this. I think he's younger. I think he's just gonna win. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say here. I know Du Hoi Choi has lost some hype. I think he lost his last fight, but I don't know. This is one of these other fights where it could go either way. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Nate Landwehr won, but let's go to the next fight, which we got Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell versus Kron the Butt Scooter Gracie. I mean, it's pretty obvious who we all think's gonna win here. It's gonna be Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell also has pretty elite BBJ. His wrestling is not as good. I'm friends with some of the Little Rock wrestling team, and I mean, they practice with him for wrestling, so. But his BBJ is not as probably good as Gracie's, but You know, I don't see Kron do anything on the feet. I think Mitchell's gonna piece him up, and then Kron's just try to butt scoot. I think that's what we're gonna be dealing with unless Kron catches him and catches them on the ground. I think Kron's only way of winning is Bryce engaging and Kron just catching him. Um Next fight we got Cyril Gain versus Alexander Volknot. Volknot's coming off that win versus Sergi, and Gon hasn't fought since the Jones fight, so is there gonna be some ring rust? We don't know. But I do know Gon has been practicing a lot on his grappling. Um, but I don't know. I think Volknov's just such a technical striker, but so is Gon. You know, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go with Alexander Volknov. I think it's a little bit of a surprise pick, but I mean, no one had him beating Sergi, and so I think Volkov can pull it off against Gain. But let's go to the co-main event. Ian the Cuck Gary versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. And so I'm gonna pull this up. I think Ian Gary, he's gonna do the dance with him. I think Usman said that on a tweet I saw, but I think I think Ian Gary, I think he's gonna keep him away from grappling, and I think it's gonna be a very boring fight. Very boring. But I think it's gonna go the distance, and I think Ian's gonna win by decision. That's all, that's all I gotta say. I mean, like, Ian has been working. Ian travels all around the world just to learn. So you gotta give it to Ian. Even though he's a cuck, he's a real fighter. He's definitely someone you should be watching out for, but I think he's gonna just keep it on the feet and take Shavkat to decision. I think he's gonna be able to keep it on the feet is I guess my point. I think Shavkat's gonna have a hard time getting it to the ground. And I could be wrong. I mean, Vegas has it the other way, but look, all we can do is see and watch. But we got the main event now. Alec Potanja versus Kai Asqua. And so we got Potanja, the king of the flyweight division right now, pretty much has cleared everybody out. I mean, like, if he wins, his next match will probably be against Kai France. But I don't know. I had a tough time picking who I thought was gonna win this, but I don't know. Something's just giving me the thought that Kai's gonna win this, cause UFC needs Kai to win this, cause it will boost UFC in Japan like crazy. Let's be real here. That's why UFC has him fighting for the title. They want to get that Japanese money. They want that Asian money. Okay, let's be real here. They want that Asian dough. I don't blame them, but we got Tanja, pretty good grappler, but Kai has the power. Just definitely could go either way, but I got Kai winning. Let me know who y'all have winning. I'm all very interested. We'll definitely read the comments and respond. I'm willing to I'm really willing to change these predictions if y'all convince me in the comments, but it's just those were my UFC 310 predictions. Let me know who y'all got winning, and I'll see y'all next time.